Evening, everyone. It's 5:44, and it is Monday the 16th. This is your closing comment, and it is video number 898. Okay, today was kind of an interesting day. We started on the downside. The Dow had a low of down 284, but it closed up 110, pretty close to the high. It was only up 0.3%, but that was quite a turnaround. The negative to all this is the fact that the advanced declines were still 2-to-1 to the downside. Same situation with the NASDAQ, also 2-to-1 to the downside, although it closed down 29, so 0.2%. Volume was about unchanged. So the Dow and the S&P up just under $12. Dow and the S&P made new all-time highs again. The Russell was down 1969, the biggest loser, down 0.9%, and the transports were up 59.22, so not running crazy like they have the last couple of days with the railroad news and such, but still up on the day. The chart on the screen is the oil, and again, we had a move to the downside. It was based partially on COVID, partially on the lack of demand, and surprisingly, higher gas prices, or at least over the weekend they were reported higher. There was nothing in the energy sector, with the exception, as I pointed out this morning, of the nat gas, which got down about $7 or $8 this morning, testing the low, got down to 381.70 and managed to close almost 395. So a big turnaround there. And I'll show you what that looks like. Came all the way down, made a lower low, and then made a higher high and closed up on the day and just about around yesterday's high and Thursday's close. Thursday's close was 393. Yesterday it was down to 86. Today it was down to 81, but it closed 94.60. So a really decent move there. The gold was up about $11. It's still got a long way to go. I pointed it out this morning that I thought we would be running into some resistance up here around the 1790, 1795 area. We did get there, 1790, We closed pretty darn close to that, 1789.80. So maybe tomorrow we see a little bit of a test. And clearly the 5-day has turned back to the upside. As far as stocks went, these are my sectors. The only one that was even solidly mixed, or the only two, were food supply chain and biopharma. All the rest were lower. As far as the meme stocks, we had some movement back to the upside in AMC, although not really much. It was up 6%, but you have to remember this stock is down hard over the past week and a half or so. We came down from a recent high of 37 all the way down to 29 and change, and we've been in this downtrend ever since we made the high in here at 72.62. We also had Robinhood also, continuing to work its way lower. It looks to me like we're probably headed to 44, 45. This high is 85. That was 8 days ago. 8 days ago, 85. Today, 47. Also, WISH. This is another new issue in December. In February or late January, it was 32. This is context logic. Today, $6.87, down another 68% or 9%. Tesla was down pretty hard today also on the National Highway Safety look at their auto driving. The stock closed 686.17, down 31 or 4.3%. What you have to understand is that there were 700,000 Teslas in this study. There were 11 accidents. And the question is, were people, as they tell you, monitoring the driving or not? All of these accidents, all 11 of them, were into first responders, either highway patrol or fire engines or whatever, places on the highway where they stopped blocking a lane. So clearly nobody has 100% pure self-driving, and it seems as if some of these were people not paying attention and therefore kind of driver error. On Friday, we don't do a closing comment on Friday afternoon, but here's one that I want to mention. Sonos, which had earnings last week, and very good earnings last week, and the stock was up. This move on Friday and today, where the stock, after on Thursday of last week trading 33, traded today almost 43, 42.57 was the high. This was on a patent suit that they brought against Google, and they won. So we'll see how that works out. On the upside, we had a couple of the mega caps, which is why the market was so warped vis-a-vis the internals. Apple up $2 and change. Microsoft up $1.75, 0.6%. And tomorrow we have the beginning of the retailers' earnings. So tomorrow we start off with Home Depot and Walmart. You know, the numbers are expected to be good, but we've had a lot, not in retail, but in other of the earnings reports, where stocks have run up in anticipation and have acted poorly on the actual numbers. Home Depot is pretty close to the high. I mean, hasn't run up like it did last quarter. So, you know, this one is a little on the iffy side one way or the other. This is Walmart, pretty close to a high. So unless these are blowout numbers, I would expect these stocks to have some being range bound a bit, or maybe even disappointed. All right, everyone, I'll be back first thing tomorrow. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like. We could really use it. Have a good evening.